What is up, guys? Welcome to my first video. I'm excited. I hope you guys are as well. So we're just gonna go ahead and get straight into it. Today's video is about becoming a real estate agent in 2020. So we're gonna be talking about what got me into real estate, the process of getting your license, and also my first couple months in real estate. So hope you guys are ready for this video, and let's get right into it. So what got me into real estate? About a year or so ago, I was in school in North Carolina A&T. I was a finance major. So going to school, I didn't have a job. I was a full-time student, and really I just got into YouTube. I didn't have cable at my apartment there, so it was just YouTube or nothing. So I started watching a whole bunch of YouTube videos about finance. That was my major. So I was watching YouTube videos about stocks. That's what really got me started. Started watching a lot of videos about stocks, and which kind of led into real estate. And so once I got that investing mindset, I didn't really want to do school no more. I kind of wanted to get a job and earn some ways to invest. So school was not for me. We got out of school and then went to a sales position selling cars. So once I was able to get a little money and start investing in stocks, I was having the time of my life. It felt so good just being able to invest money. And then once I kind of got deeper and started actually getting my feet wet in stocks, I looked at real estate as well. And that won me over stocks for sure. So I was doing selling cars, making decent money, and then I really liked sales, so I figured that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to do some type of sales. I knew cars wasn't my thing. I don't know much about cars at all. So it was just sales and talking to people and being in that environment that kind of really brought, I guess you could say, the salesman out of me, which being able to talk to anybody and talk to anyone really. So that was a good experience for me. I learned a lot, and then after that I worked a regular job for a while, and then started taking my real estate classes. So we got into real estate. Once I started taking my classes, I even dove deeper into it, started reading more, started listening to podcasts like the Bigger Pockets podcast, which is amazing. If you guys don't listen to that, you need to go listen to that right now. You could listen to that forever, for hours and hours, and never get bored. But podcasts like that, books, Think and Grow Rich was one of the first books I ever read by myself that nobody told me to read. I actually read that by myself, and it changed the way I thought about everything, really. Definitely a must read. It's a very popular book, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Great book, will change the way you think. So if you haven't read that, you need to. Definitely a recommended book. It just changed the way I thought. So then, like I said, I was taking my real estate courses, and I was just all in right there. I was just really happy to do real estate, and I thought, what a better way to start to get into investing in real estate than to learn about it. And that way, so when I was going to look at properties, or if I did anything like that, I would know what I'm looking for, kind of know the numbers, how to do numbers and stuff like that. So that really what got me deep into real estate. So that was good, and that's what really got me here, honestly. So the next part, we're talking about the process of getting your real estate license. So the process of getting your license is pretty simple. People ask me all the time now, I'm thinking about real estate, or I'm taking the class, So really, you're just gonna sign up for a pre-licensing course, which you have to complete 75 hours in North Carolina to complete the course. Do your researches on the course. I would say whatever area you're thinking about being in, that you should take a course there. You can either do it at a community college or private real estate schools, so whatever works best for you. Like I took mine at Go Real Estate over Raleigh. Great people, great environment, learned a lot there. The people there are amazing. So I recommend that one. I'll put the link to that in the description if you want to go check them out. It was $450 for the course, and then $50 for the book, so $500 total. You can buy other workbooks and study stuff to help you kind of pass the test if you would like, but I paid $500 for the course. The length of the course depends on how many days a week you do it. They have different schedules. You can do it 2 days a week, 3 days a week. So you can kind of get a feel and just fix your schedule, whatever works for you, whatever is best for you. So it took me maybe a little under 2 months to get mine, finish the course, take tests and all that. So that was pretty good. It wasn't nothing crazy. Like I said, just complete the 75-hour course. Once you do that, you will take the test the course test. Once you will take that test with whatever school, you will take that test whatever school you went with. The Go School of Real Estate. I took a test with them, a national and a state section. Passed that, and I was on to the real deal, the real exam. So I went to the testing center, signed up for my test. You have to do a background check before you even do that to apply for your license, basically. And then once you pass your test on the post-license or the pre-licensing course, once you pass your pre-licensing course and your test for that, you will go to the real deal exam, which also has a national and a state exam. So you'll take that. You have to score 75% on both exams, 75 on the national and 75 on the state to pass. So my first time, it is 160 to take the test, register, get in there, take the test. So 160 each time. If you fail it would be another 160. So my first time taking the test, I passed the national section and failed the state portion of the exam. So I passed half of it and failed the other half. So my next time going, I only had to take the state section. You don't have to keep taking the same test over. So I had to take the state section again, and I failed it again. So this test is hard. I was thinking it was going to be like school where you can kind of just get by, do a little bit and just get by. That is not it. This is a very tough course. You're going to have to study. You're going to have to put in the time outside of the class to do the work. You're going to have to, this is not a joke. You're going to have to put the time in and do the work to study for this. And because this test is very hard. This test is very hard. It's not like just something you can fly through and put half energy into. You have to be committed to do this. So the test is hard. So my third time, I finally passed the state portion. I passed the national section the first time, but you gotta pass both sides, 75 each side. So the third time was the charm. I passed it. Then it's really just waiting on your license, and once you get your license, after you pass the official exam, you'll get your license. Once you get your license, you want to hang it with a broker in charge at any firm, the firm of your choosing. But when you talk about picking a firm, I would say you must do your research. It is important to do research because there's firms that do different things. Some things that may help you. One firm may be a good fit for one person, but not a good fit for the other. So it's kind of, you got to do your research, and just also where you're at. Like if you just got your license and you're very new, you're just jumping into the game, like me. Keller Williams is one of your best choices because Keller Williams has a great training. Some firms don't. They kind of throw you in the water, and it's like a sink or swim deal. But with Keller Williams, man, they're great. They have an amazing training program. People there to look after me. I ask 1,000 questions, so I have like a team leader that looks over all the new agents, which is great. They help you through your first couple transactions, which is great because it's just a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff you don't know that much about, like the paperwork and just how to do certain things. They help you with all that, and they're amazing, man. So I definitely recommend Keller Williams. But like I said, do your homework because what may be best for me, it may not be the best for you. So like I said, do your homework, and also when you do the interviews for these firms, as my pre-licensing teacher told me, make it like you're interviewing the firm, because every firm wants you on their team. Every firm doesn't have to put a lot of money into you, and then you make them money every transaction. They get their split on every house you sell or every house you help somebody buy. They get a piece of that. A firm gets a piece of that. So they're gonna make their money off you regardless. So that's why every firm wants you. So that's why you gotta treat it kind of like, what are you giving me? What are you giving me as an agent? What is the firm going to give me? Are they going to train me? Are they going to have a different split? Some companies do split up the commissions different ways. But for me, it was all about training, because I feel like the split wasn't a big deal for me, because I feel like once you show me what I need to be doing and how I need to do it, then the money will come. So that's the kind of way I approach it. But like I said, do your research and find out what fits you best. So then we'll talk about kind of my first couple months in real estate, and the expectations versus reality. Because when you say you're a real estate agent or a realtor, people automatically expect you have money, you're getting a lot of money, you're making a lot of money, which is not the case. Unless you got your real estate license and you already knew people that was trying to buy or sell a house, that's great. but it's usually not the case. So you get in there and people think you're making all this money and you're not. What I tell people is I work for $0 an hour and I work about 8 hours. I work hours a day right now. My first couple months, like I said, I'm just getting started. You gotta, when you first start, it's an uphill battle for sure, because you're lead generating, you're trying to get people, you're getting your name out there, you're trying to get people to want to work with you. It's hard to get somebody to let you sell their house and you've never sold a house before, and that's a big deal. This is a house is a lot of people's biggest investment. So when you're playing with people's biggest investment, it's kind of like they want to be sure, they want you to be the best, and that's hard to guarantee when you're a new agent. So really just putting in the work and lead generating, getting people on the phone, getting in front of people, letting everybody know you are a realtor is one of the biggest things. Also, your mindset as being a realtor, real estate agent, the mindset is one of the biggest things, because this is a business where you're going to get what you work for. If you want to earn just an average income, then do average work. Or if you want top-notch result, you have to be a top-notch producer. Meaning you have to put in a lot of hours, just a lot of hours, weekdays, nights. This is kind of like a 24/7 business. Like when somebody calls you at 8 o'clock, you have to pick up that phone. You gotta see what they want, see what they need. You gotta be on all of their needs. So it's a hard job, we'll say that, but it is well rewarding once you get into it. And just it's what I like to say is a stay down till you come up business. So you have to stay down. The first 6 months to a year, they tell you you're not going to earn a lot. You're going to be earning minimal money, working a lot of hours. But if you can get past that first 6 months to a year and stay down during that time, after that it's nothing but up. If you was really putting the work in and planting them seeds for the future, you know. That's what I tell people. Even if you don't do nothing today, you want to plant a seed for the future. So something later on is going to come up if you're working hard and doing what you're supposed to do. So that's one of the biggest things, like I said, is your mindset, and just being able to put the work in and having faith that it's going to be worth it. Having faith that if you put the work in for this first 6 months to a year, that later on it will be worth it. I will earn what I want to earn, which is what I love. So then again, but also getting in at a time right now is very hard because all the COVID stuff and all the stuff that's going on around the world. So it's a tough time. I got in at a pretty tough time, but I'm committed. I'm dedicated to making this work. I feel that I will only fail if I quit. I feel like this is a business that if I just put the time in and put the work in and stay down, my time will come. And my plan is I want to be a real estate agent for a while and then really get into the investing side. And then once I get into the investing side, I can kind of focus on that. And maybe if I'm still a real estate agent at that time, I really want to help people, especially first-time investors, people getting into investing and kind of helping them find the best properties, helping them look over deals and stuff like that. So that's really where I want to end up with the real estate stuff. But right now, we're just putting in as much time as we can, putting as much hours as we can, grinding, trying to make something happen, man. But that is it, you guys. Appreciate you for making it through the whole video. If you did, just know I appreciate you so much. Please like the video. Go ahead and subscribe, because we're going to be coming with more videos. Some great stuff for you guys. Not only real estate videos, but just personal stuff as well. So be ready, guys. Just appreciate you for watching. We're out. One take, Drake.